Hey y'all, I'm Robin Barnes, the New Orleans Songbird, and we are here for the making of Super Bowl 59 at the beautiful Superdome. This will be the 11th Super Bowl in New Orleans. New Orleans is known for its vibrant culture, rich history, and amazing music, if I do say so myself. In this series, we're going to show you how the Super Bowl comes to life. This time, we're talking about NOLA Source, a program that gives local underrepresented businesses the opportunity to gain exposure to event-based procurement knowledge, network with potential clientele, and compete for contracts related to Super Bowl 59. First, we'll talk to Myisha Boyce, lead for NOLA Source, about the local economic impact of the program. Next, we'll talk to Chincie Mouton, Director of Community Engagement at the Greater New Orleans Sports Foundation and the Super Bowl 59 Host Committee, of how they work to form and foster these partnerships. Finally, we'll talk to Nicole Hutchison, owner of Mosswood Events, about her experience being a part of NOLA Source. Let's get started. So we are here with Myisha Boyce, who is the lead NOLA Source. So happy to have you here.
And I am so happy to be here. Thank you for welcoming me to New Orleans.
It is a beautiful city. How have you been enjoying it so far?
Oh, I always enjoy New Orleans. This is a special place with really special people.
I love that. I love that. So getting a little bit into what you do, why is it so important for the NOLA to partner with small and minority-owned businesses?
We absolutely value the diverse community. It includes small and minority-owned businesses, but it expands beyond that. We're really focused on the local market, and we're including other disadvantaged communities, including veterans, those with disabilities, LGBTQ. And so the folks that we're looking to really make a difference with are those that may not always have the same access to opportunity that others have. And so this is a really great way for us to come into market infused with a big name and a big platform and put a spotlight on all of those groups.
I love that. So how do you establish these partnerships with the NFL and those small businesses?
So we establish partnerships with small businesses by working really closely with local partners. So part of, I think, the NFL's success and being able to really tap into and make a difference in local communities is knowing who's already in those communities. There's nobody that can do better work than those that live and work there. And so I think it's really finding the right people to guide us and advise us and make sure that we are hitting every single corner of the 10 parish region.
I mean, it's true. It's like you don't come to New Orleans and you have to ask a local where to get the best gumbo. You don't just
there you go.
You got to ask somebody that knows. So that is amazing. With all the different cities that you have been to and you've had brought this opportunity to, what is special about New Orleans?
There's so many things special about New Orleans. I think the tie that the community has to its very rich history. There's just so much pride there. There's stories of resiliency. There's stories of just really cool successes. And to watch New Orleans just continue to grow and move as a community. I think one of the things that all of us notice is when you enter New Orleans, you enter with a hug. And I'd say in most other places in the country, it's a handshake. And I think that that's a big difference. And that just speaks to kind of the culture and the welcoming nature of New Orleans.
I mean, you might as well just stay here. It's amazing, right? I think whenever there are people that are traveling and visiting New Orleans, it is so wonderful to hear that, because as a New Orleanian, we feel that Southern hospitality.
Absolutely.
We're always asking people, hey, how you doing? It is always about greeting people and seeing people.
Right.
And I think it's so important when larger corporations, larger businesses are able to come into these spaces and see us too.
Absolutely.
What do you think is one of your favorite parts about your job?
I have the distinct honor of being able to represent small and diverse businesses in local communities and put a spotlight on them. Get to work with really amazing people in community that are passionate about the same thing. So the work is just very fulfilling. But outside of that, it's the long-term stories and the legacy impact that you see for these businesses. We leave the market and we come back. That's the goal. And we get to see where they are then, and to see that growth from the last time that we were in market and know that we had a little bit of impact there means a lot to all of us.
I'm glad you brought that up. So what have you seen previously, like that impact that you will leave from the partnership you create with people that have done it to when you come back from that market? What is something that you've seen as far as their growth?
Sure. So in prior markets, we see businesses that were micro business, and by the time that they are leaving the market, they've been able to see some growth. But then you look back a couple more years, and a lot of these businesses travel with the NFL to other tentpole events, so other draft and Super Bowl markets. And you see them adding on staff, and you see them adding on capacity. You see them adding on services. And so watching them actually move from micro to small to medium is really something special.
Well, I have really enjoyed this conversation. Is there anything else you'd like to add or tell us about?
I think it's just really important to point out that the intention of programs like these, not only to provide the education and the networking and the exposure, but to really recognize the local economic impact of programs like these. We know that our diverse communities and our local communities are the backbone of local economy. That spreads all the way up. And so I think that it's important that we have programs like these, and we're really excited to see what these business owners are going to do.
I love that. And so if there are other small businesses that may not necessarily right away know how to be seen, what are your recommendations? What can people be doing to maybe get noticed by amazing people like you, or people that are doing things, bringing this economic impact to the city, but may not necessarily have a social media presence? Like,
Sure.
How can they get around it?
So the way that we see a lot of businesses being successful in local markets is their networking. It is really about partnerships. We have seen businesses clue in the business next to them, hey, you should really apply for this program. You should look into the opportunities that are coming. And I think that having that network means that you don't have to do it all alone. I know that small business owners can tap into the local, chambers of commerce or to their certifying agencies and hear about the types of opportunities that are coming. And so we encourage them to do that so they don't miss an opportunity like this one.
I think it's so amazing when you see programs like this. I think it is such a staple on the growth and the importance of a partnership in different cities. Myisha, thank you so much for your time and just giving that energy to people who dream big, and
Absolutely.
They should dream big. And thank you to the NFL. I mean, at the end of the day, it's people like you that are making possible for people to make their dreams come true.
I can't take all the credit, but I am honored to be a part of it. And in departing, I have to give you a New Orleans hug. Thank you.
Hey, you guys, we are here with Chincie Mouton, the Director of Community Engagement with the Greater New Orleans Sports Foundation. Chincie, thank you for being here with us.
Thank you for having me.
I am excited to get into this. So what is your job? I mean, you have so many hats, but I feel like this is something that a lot of people just need to know more of.
Yeah, absolutely. So my role with the Greater New Orleans Sports Foundation is to lead all of our community engagement programs, as well as a team of 2 young professionals that are helping me implement all these programs. And so one of the programs that we have is called the Super Bowl 59 Source. So it's a supplier diversity program. It's all about connecting local, underrepresented businesses with opportunity, giving them access to contracting opportunities related to the Super Bowl, providing them with professional development and networking opportunities.
That's amazing. So explain to me the collaboration between you're finding and you're facilitating between small and minority-owned businesses. How do you find them?
Yeah, absolutely. So one of the things that we did when we first started this program and launched is we put together a supplier diversity committee with over 60 individuals here in the New Orleans area that are focused on like local chambers, economic development companies who really have relationships with these businesses. So they helped us with the recruitment process. So we received over 1,700 applications. 1,700 applications, right. So, and had to narrow that down. The NFL narrowed it down to around 219 businesses that were accepted into the program. And so I want to mention that when I say underrepresented, I mean, we have Black, Indigenous, people of color, we have woman-owned businesses, we have the LGBTQ plus community, we have people with disabilities, and we also have veteran-owned businesses that are in this program. So it really is truly diverse.
That is amazing that you're able to actually amplify voices that aren't always seen. So explain to me the supplier diversity program.
Yeah, so that's the source. And so really what we're doing right now is the professional development piece. So we've been working with the NFL to really give them some opportunities to educate these businesses on how to do business with the NFL, a global brand, right? So through the program, we have professional development and educational components for these businesses, all about capacity building. So we've been working with the NFL to host virtual workshops that are related to building your digital presence and your social media platforms, how to market yourself, what are some business development strategies. We recently just did a Meet the Members series. And so we allow different businesses that are a part of the program to educate other businesses on things related to like legal protection, trademarking, copywriting. We've had a cybersecurity workshop in person here at the convention center. So we've done a lot of different things to help educate our businesses and prepare them to do business with the NFL.
That's amazing. So you're really teaching these businesses how to scale up. I mean, that is something that I feel like is such an asset and so needed, especially with going from being a small minority-owned business to working with like the mega of a global business. That's phenomenal. So tell me a little bit about the Community Champions.
Yeah, the Community Champions. So I'm really excited about that project. We have 3 Saints players that are on board as our Community Champions. So we have Cam Jordan, Demario Davis, and then Tyrann Mathieu, who is, of course, from New Orleans, went to St. Aug. So it really is beautiful. And then we also have Jen Hale, who's a sports reporter who knows the city of New Orleans so well and is well connected. And so they are really helping amplify all the things that we're doing in the community. They've been a part of our Impact 59 powered by Entergy grants program. Hopefully we'll have them involved on the environmental side. We're also giving them each 2 tickets to the Super Bowl so that they can award them to deserving people in the community. So it'll be a total surprise. So really, really excited to have those names helping us and amplifying us.
I think it's such a key factor that you are able to tap in to the local fabric to have that amplify other voices. It's amazing. So tell me, how does this program benefit businesses beyond the Super Bowl?
That's a great question. So I will say one of the great things about this program is that we really encourage businesses to get their certification. This certification is saying that you're either minority-owned, woman-owned, veteran-owned, whatever the case may be. That allows you to not only do business with the NFL, but it creates opportunities beyond that with other organizations and corporations that are looking to help underrepresented businesses. Another great thing about this program is the exposure that businesses get, right? They're now in proximity with decision makers and they're in rooms that they normally wouldn't be in. And that networking and the building of relationships will help take these businesses far.
So for those people who, let's say hypothetically, they're just getting their certification, they weren't in the program, what would you give advice to people who are figuring out the next step for them beyond or after the Super Bowl?
Yeah, advice I would give is to really, again, build relationships, start networking. You know, there's so many people here that want to help, and having that certification, or even if you don't have that certification, start meeting the local chambers, the different organizations that are having their own capacity building workshops, that are doing those networking events. Make those connections so that they can help prepare you for the next step.
That is amazing. I mean, networking, but at the same time, learning how to have the skills to amplify your own voice. Mm-hmm. I love that. This is my favorite question to ask, but what inspires you? Why do you love doing your job?
That's a great question. I'm glad you asked me that. I would say having an impact on the community, leaving a legacy, that really drives me. And I've been doing community work for the last 10 years. And I've had the opportunity to do other major sporting events in other cities. But to be home, to represent the city of New Orleans and what this city means to on an international level, right? But then representing the state of Louisiana, you know, I'm from Carencre, Louisiana, which is only 2 hours away. So getting to represent, you know, my state, it's just, doing it here is like a very spiritual thing, and I'm connected to my roots, and I'm reminded of my grandparents and my godparents, and I'm just honored to be in this position to help people.
I will say that it is inspiring. I think a lot of, especially locally, people need to see amazing people like you that are from home, that are doing things to help others and doing things to shine a light on everyone. And thank you for what you do. And what you do is a very important key to helping others.
Well, I want to thank you for giving us a platform and allowing us to share these stories so that people are aware of the work that we're doing, and to be able to tell it authentically, I think is important. So thank you.
Thank you. Hey, y'all, we are here with Nicole Hutchison from Mosswood Events, owner, amazing. Tell me about, first of all, what made you start your business? What inspired you?
I started Mosswood Events 5 years ago, mainly to make sure that there was more exposure to a variety of vendors, up-and-coming vendors, new vendors in New Orleans that don't always get the exposure to the big corporate groups that come into town, and I wanted to change that.
So, Nicole, tell me what it's been like being a part of the Super Bowl 59 Source program.
It's been great. I'm so happy to be a part of the program. I love that I'm meeting so many people. For me, that's the key part, because my business is sourcing, you know what I mean? So I find local partners that I can introduce to the corporate clients that I have. And every day I'm doing research on who offers this type of thing and that sort of thing. And Source is giving me a front row seat to all these people that I've never met before, businesses from all over the state. So I'm thrilled to be a part of the program just for that,
I think it's so cool that you being a local, you have that hands-on experience, and you also have the knowledge to be able to be a part of the fabric of Louisiana, but able to shine a light on that. So how do you go about selecting who locally? I think it's always so cool when you obviously know the people you're going to work with, but how are other businesses able to be seen?
Right. No, that's a really good question. For me, it helps when people have a buzz, right? You can be trendy and you can have a buzz, or you could be no one knows who you are, but do you offer something amazing? Do you have a wonderful product or a great talent or skill that answers the need that this client has? Everyone has their own unique goals for their programs and events. It's my job to figure out what those things are and then find the best people to fill that goal, And so every day I'm just meeting new people that can help fill those holes for different clients,
So what is one of the activations you're going to be doing? The media party?
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about that.
I'm so excited to be producing the media party along with two amazing partners, my production partners, TAC Group, along with Abstract NOLA. And we are thrilled to welcome the media to New Orleans. We want them to have a warm welcome, in addition to just knowing that New Orleans is the capital of a good time.
Yes.
Steeped in culture and history,
Facts.
So the party, I don't want to say too much.
I know, I was like,
want it to be a surprise, right?
Don't get
Maybe a little. We're going to have 5 stages of entertainment, and we're going to have food vendors from all over the state, and lots of music, amazing acts, interactive activities, great photo ops. Everyone loves a photo op, giveaways, meet and greets. It's going to be a blast.
And that's not giving it away?
No.
Oh my
I didn't
gosh, I can't wait to see this. This is awesome. So how many people are you expecting?
5,000 to 6,000 people.
I mean, how do you, for your small business, how are you preparing for that scale?
Collaboration is key. Exactly. It doesn't keep me up at night. No, not at all. But collaboration, partnership. I'm not doing this alone, in collaboration with the New Orleans Sports Foundation, in addition to all the volunteers that are brought to the table through them. And again, Abstract NOLA and TAC Group, we're ready to attack this program together. So it's going to be great.
So you are welcoming 5,000 to 6,000 international media. What is the main takeaway you want them to feel or say about New Orleans?
Yes. I want them to feel a warm welcome, first and foremost. I want them to leave remembering that New Orleans is a capital of a good time, right? We're steeped in history and culture, and we want them to have a creative experience of understanding that this is our 11th Super Bowl. So we want to walk them through that history while they're at the party in a creative way,
I think this is a really cool and unique experience for you to be a part of this program. And what do you think that means for you after the Super Bowl?
Yeah, no, great question. I'm just so grateful for the partnership. I know that it immediately gives you recognition when people say, wow, you got to work with the NFL or you were part of a Super Bowl program. You know, I'm thankful to be in Source for that reason. And I'm looking forward to growing with Source. One of the promises that the program offers is if you shine, you rise to the occasion, you do a good job, there's potential to work with future Super Bowls, you know, so maybe this is just the beginning, I hope.
Nicole, it is just the beginning for you. I know you're going to shine bright.
Thank you so much.
The host committee would like to thank our founding partners, Entergy and Chevron. Our sponsors. Each of these companies plays an integral role in the overall success of the New Orleans Super Bowl host committee. We couldn't do it without you.